Okay, so now we have determined that we're going to get rid of x sub 6 or L1 CPI and redo the VIF and see where that would take us. So we have to first prepare the data. So here we want to, so let's copy all of this, but okay, let's leave a gap. But x6 is going to be removed, so we don't want that. So we want, okay, so like that. So let's assemble the data. So of course the first row is blank, so x sub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be okay, we can copy, but we are skipping 6, so we have to do 7 separately and copy that over would be x sub 8. So x sub 1 through 5 and then 7 and 8 is the new set of data that we have, and let's prepare that. So now we have that. Okay, so now let's do a VIF for that set. So here this is going to be no 6, so we'll move these two up. Okay. And once again, remember, we have to take variables out one at a time, not more than one at the same time. So now let's do a VIF. This time 1 through 5 and 8. Okay. Close parenthesis, Control Shift Enter. Okay, so now you see the VIFs have come down significantly, but it's still there. So we have x5 and x8 still having large VIF, and that's because the x5 and x8, they have a very high correlation also. So let's now get rid of 5. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so that's what we're going to do. So let's prepare the data one more time. So this time is going to be, okay, 5 is going to be gone, so 7 and 8 like that. So this is going to be what we need. So let's assemble the data one more time. X sub 1, so now I can copy that up to that, and then x sub 7. Alright, now we are ready to copy down. Okay, that's our estimation sample. Okay, so now we'll do a VIF for the remaining. Okay, close parenthesis, Control Shift Enter, and now you see they are all in line. Okay, we still have a couple of them kind of large, okay, but I think we can handle that afterwards. So these two seem to be, and this is the unleaded autoregressive variable and then the crude oil variable. Okay, but they are quite reasonable to be part of our data variable set. So even though the VIF is kind of on the higher side, we will retain that. Okay. So now we have a set of variables that we have selected after initial pruning. So we are using multicollinearity concept to prune the variables down to something reasonable. So the variables now we have for the variable selection process, it's called model building or stepwise. We're going to be talking about that in more detail in just a second. So the variables that we have selected at this point are x sub 1 through 4, 7 and 8. So these are the variables. Okay. Now, since the subscripts are not running 1 through the serial number, let's rename the variables so that it will be easier for us to relate to. Okay? Once we get to the model building part, then it's going to be easier if we have a new set of names. So we'll call these Z1 through Z6. Okay? So Z1 refers to X sub 1, Z2 X sub 2, and so on. Z5 refers to X sub 7, Z6 refers to X sub 8. So these are the variables, and here are the variables we have now set up right here. So let's give the Z name, the variable names in terms of Z. We put that down here so we can use that as label when we run the regression analysis. Okay. We'll do one more thing. Let's move this further to the right. Okay. One column. Let's bring unleaded here. So again, we will be having labels for all the columns. So unleaded is our Y variable. Okay. So let's set that up here. That's our dependent variable. So unleaded price. Okay. Let me put underline there. So this is our data. So that's our Y data, and this is our X range. So now that we have modified and pruned the data set, now we are ready for variable selection. So that's what we're going to do next.